All right, the highlights from the live trading chat room, greatstockpicks.com, October 17th, Thursday. I don't have a whole lot to brag about today. I had a really nice day, but as far as official calls in the room, um, it's not as lengthy. But I will talk about what happened today. VLO is an example of something. You hear me talk about shape change in our videos. VLO is a good example. Just loosely connect the candles, and right here you see the shape change. Increasing volume. Now that in and of itself is not a reason to try to go against or fade the move. Okay, I called a short on VLO just to get to the point here at 38.69, literally right about there. Okay, so called a short there, and that was the high of the day, and it came down to 38.11. I mean, it was a nice short, but most of the reason, or I should say part of the reason, was shape change. But also, and this is more important, you have to have more than just that. Okay, you've got shape change. Couple that with the daily chart now. VLO is up like 3, 4, 5, 6 straight days in a row. And then today, you notice the size of the candles the last few days. And today you get a long candle. So, that's possible capitulation there. And the purple line there is a 200-day. So it's come this far, all right? If you're long this thing, this is probably somebody's target, the 200 days. So there's a good place to look for a capitulation on an intraday basis, and you can see it right there. And it was really easy money. It was a nice easy short, but remember that shape change coupled with the daily was extended and hitting the 200 days. So that was I like 2 or 3 things to line up before I'll take a trade, and Valero certainly did that. Some people might look at Valero and say, well, why are you bragging about a short when it made that huge move? Well, it wasn't even on my watch list. Okay, I just happened to notice it when it was lighting up the new high sticker, and then looked at this on several time frames and was able to make a quick assessment that, hey, this is a good possible short right here. So that's how that one worked out. R. Brown, one of our all-stars, called CY at 888, I believe, right about there. Logical stop right there, and that made a very nice move after that. Jonathan L., one of our all-stars, called HAAS. Right as this is yesterday's close on HAAS, and then you can see it opened down here, sold off a bit, and then as it broke above yesterday's close, Jonathan L.'s idea was, as this is going from red to green, along right there, the obvious stop right there. So less than 20 cents risk, and what did it go up? About 70 cents. A very nice alert by Jonathan L. Kevin W. again, called Green Mountain Coffee, GMCR, as a long at 64.10, which was right about there. And you can see the very nice move it made after that. Now, some people might look at that and say, well, look, it closed way down here. If you're a day trader, you already understand. That was nice money. Moved up well over $1 in our favor. And the rest of my day, there wasn't much. Now, I do want to talk about RSOL real quick, and then I'll get out of here. I was talking about RSOL all week to our members. I'll take today's candle out of it. You see that massive breakout? I did partake in that, but I can't put it on the highlight page because I didn't get the call out in time for the room. So just to be fair, but I do want to talk about the beautiful cup and handle. You had a high of 3 here, again here, roughly 3, a little bit over 3, and then this little handle here. And I've been watching this all week, and then this morning, it gave a perfect setup, right? A small gap up, a red candle, and I was able to grab it as it broke this. But by the time I was, could get it typed in the chat room, or I didn't have the mic on quick enough, I didn't want people to chase. I didn't want to call it up here when I got in right here. Okay, so I do want to show you how that's how I played it. A break of the 5-minute high, especially with that red candle. And you can see almost 1 million shares in that second 5-minute candle. So by the time it occurred, I'm typing into chat, and when it was like 290, I'm typing in RSOL high of day, RSOL volume, but it was too late. I just didn't want anybody to chase. Well, it wouldn't have been chasing, because look at that. I mean, from the logical break of the 5-minute high, 286 entry, this thing went up to 420. Just a month, and I actually still have a couple hundred shares, but that was a huge trade. And the only reason I pointed out is because I've been talking about it all week to our members, this chart, and in pre-market, I went ahead and said, hey, RSOL today might be the day. It was gapping up a little bit. And It was just a perfect daily chart. And so when I typed out RSOL volume around when it was around 290 and RSOL high of day, I did have at least a few members that I know of that jumped in it. But again, it won't be on the results page because I didn't give a hey, here's a trigger, here's a stop. It all happened too fast. But anyway, keep this one on your radar going forward. You may have a couple day pullback, and then you may have another nice push. So this might be a decent trader over the course of next week. But all right, I've babbled long enough. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.